Greetings, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. Jan Michael here. It's time. It's time for my final Oscar predictions. Got my entire list here. Don't want to waste too much time. We're just gonna jump right into it. I'm gonna work my way from the bottom up on my list, so let's begin. Visual effects. The nominees are Love and Monsters, The Midnight Sky, Mulan, The One and Only Ivan, Tenet. So this one's either gonna go to Tenet or it's gonna go to The Midnight Sky. And I'm gonna go for Tenet because The Midnight Sky fucking sucks. And I know that's not always the case with the Oscars. Sometimes they will give it to the movie that sucks, but I'll throw on top of it that Christopher Nolan is very well respected in the industry, so it's more than likely gonna shift in that direction. So that's what I got for you for this one. Makeup and hairstyling. The nominees are Emma, Hillbilly Elegy, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, Mank, Pinocchio. So again, split, I think, between what I think definitely deserves to win, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, and what could possibly be the upset, Hillbilly Elegy. Again, Hillbilly Elegy fucking sucked, so I think it's gonna go to Ma Rainey on this one. I can't count out Hillbilly 100%, but I think I'm feeling pretty confident that Ma is gonna take this one home. So very well, both these films did a very good job in terms of their makeup, so Ma just, I think, has the upper hand in this category. Costume design. The nominees are Emma, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, Mank, Mulan, Pinocchio. Also gotta go with Ma Rainey for this one. I think the costumes just sort of pop a little bit more in that one. I'm not as huge a fan of the costumes in that film as other people. I think some of them look downright just like they were ripped from a play, which I know is ironic because it's a movie based on a play, but it's just my personal taste. Doesn't matter though. I'm here to guess these correctly, and Ma is the one that's probably going to come out on top in this category. Production design. The nominees are The Father, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, Mank, News of the World, Tenet. And this is pretty much where I tell you that Mank has so many nominations, yet is only gonna walk away with one, and it's here for production design. And yeah, I well earned, I think. I mean, you really get transported into this world. For anyone that was alive back then, or close to that time, I guess at this point in time, but I think they're gonna be nostalgic for it. It's old Hollywood, it's the whole Circle Jerk production award, so you know, again, I think most people have talked about this, but you can kind of see the same thing happened last year with Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. You know, you just get transported to that time, and people get those stars in their eyes. So Mank's got this one in the bag, I think, in terms of production design. Sound. The nominees are Greyhound, Mank, News of the World, Soul, Sound of Metal. I mean, Sound of Metal, I've been saying it since the very beginning. You know, it's in the title. Even if you don't pay attention to sound in films, it's a movie that you do focus on the sound because the movie focuses on the sound. It's about the sound, the lack of sound. So if this goes anywhere else, I am gonna be very surprised. So Sound of Metal, that's my pick. That's everybody's pick. Moving on. Original song. The nominees are Fight for You from Judas and the Black Messiah, Hear My Voice from The Trial of the Chicago 7, Husavik from Eurovision Song Contest, The Story of Fire Saga, EOC from The Life Ahead, Speak Now from One Night in Miami. So I'm kind of torn with this one. I personally think, and I've been saying this again from way back when, I think Speak Now is the best song out of these ones. and I would really like to see that one win. I've been vying for that one from the beginning. But there's a little voice in the back of my head that says Diane Warren's been nominated so many times that she's gotta win one, right? So I can see EOC taking it, even though I'm not a huge fan of that song. I'm actually not a huge fan of a lot of these songs. Really Speak Now is the only one that I'm kind of enjoy, but yeah. So I'm gonna go against what I want to win on this, and I'm gonna go with EOC. I think that one's gonna win it, but this is one that I wouldn't mind being wrong on. I think Speak Now is the better choice, but I don't know, man. Diane Warren's story of being nominated, I can see this being finally her time of getting the award. So EOC, I guess. Original score. The nominees are Da 5 Bloods, Mank, Minari, News of the World, Soul. This one's pretty easy. This one's gonna go to Soul. It's been winning the award everywhere. I just don't see the Oscars not following suit, so Soul's your winner. Film editing. The nominees are The Father, Nomadland, Promising Young Woman, Sound of Metal, The Trial of the Chicago 7. Another one that I'm actually kind of split on, and for good reason. Trial of the Chicago 7 was pretty much taking this award during the first half of the award ceremonies, and then just recently it started kind of shifting gears to Sound of Metal. And just recently having seen Sound of Metal again, I can see why. There's actually a couple of really interesting edits in that one, so it done very well, mind you. So yeah, I can kind of see why Sound of Metal would be picking up steam. And I'm tempted to go in that direction, but if I do, then I don't have Trial winning for anything. And I don't see that being possible. I know it's kind of weird. I just, again, little voice in the back of my mind saying, no, Trial's at least gonna go home with one. And this is the best bet I think it has. So I'm not gonna follow suit with Sound of Metal, even though I do think it's a very well edited film. I am gonna stick with The Trial of the Chicago 7. Hopefully that doesn't come back to bite me, so we'll see. Cinematography. The nominees are Judas and the Black Messiah, Mank, News of the World, Nomadland, The Trial of the Chicago 7. Again, pretty safe that Nomadland's gonna take it. Again, this is actually something I've said from the beginning as well, but Nomadland's one of those films that even if you just watch the trailer, you don't have to watch the movie, just watch the trailer. Those shots, just gorgeous shots. Just, my God, the horizon, the view from the cliffside in the trailer, you know, you got the forest, just beautiful shots. So very well earned with its cinematography. That's actually one of the things that I really did like about the film. Just, I love the visuals and what they showed in there. So I think we're pretty safe with Nomadland here. Live action short. The nominees are Feeling Through, The Letter Room, The Present, Two Distant Strangers, Wide Eye. Always one of the toughest categories for me because it's very hard to see some of these. Although I have seen Two Distant Strangers. I actually managed to see that one. And I know that it's a fight between that one and The Letter Room because Oscar Isaac's in that one. And I would normally say star power would probably push it through. But since I haven't seen it, and I actually thought Two Distant Strangers was entertaining. Not perfect, but very entertaining. I'm gonna go that route. That being said, I could be completely wrong. It could go to The Letter Room. So star power alone, I would go for The Letter Room. I haven't seen it, so I don't know. It's kind of hard to go off of not having seen it. So gonna go with Two Distant Strangers. Documentary short. The nominees are Colette, A Concerto is a Conversation, Do Not Split, Hunger Ward, A Love Song for Latasha. So this one I feel a little bit more knowledgeable about. I've seen a good deal of them, not all of them, but enough to really feel that A Love Song for Latasha is going to take it. The few that I've seen, very good, but the Love Song for Latasha especially brought emotions out. I was so angry while watching that. It makes you want to get up. It makes you want to act, to do something, to look up information, to get knowledge on what you can do to help. So hopefully a lot of people feel that while watching that movie, or excuse me, that short, because very, very well done. This one would be very well earned if it were to take it home, which I'm vying for. As a side note, I just have to mention real quickly, Colette, the co-producers of that, Respawn Entertainment, first video game company to ever get any sort of Oscar nomination, Oscar bid, Oscar mention, whatever you want to call it. Fucking awesome, dude. You know me, I talk about video games on my channel as well. I love video games. I was hoping one day, you know, video games, video game studios, you know, video game movie would break into the Oscars. I didn't think it was gonna be Sonic, although that would have been interesting. But man, what a trip that, you know, this one just happened to come around and hey, Respawn. So sorry, I know I'm taking up time, but I just had to mention it because it is so freaking awesome, so awesome. Documentary feature. The nominees are Collective, Crip Camp, The Mole Agent, My Octopus Teacher, Time. So I think everybody's been talking about My Octopus Teacher, taking this one home, and having seen it, yeah, I can see why people would be saying that. It hit me right here, hit me right in the feel. So something about animals and just our connection to animals. I think people like animals, so I think a lot of people are really gonna gravitate towards this one to help it win. Special shout out to Time though. That's, I think, a very important film. And I would normally go that route. I actually thought that one had the best chance until I saw My Octopus Teacher, but a shame that I think most people who have seen it, the reactions I've seen from it are this very ignorant, but it did the crime. Yeah, if you're saying that, you've completely missed the point of that movie, and sadly that is the number one argument I see. So I think, you know, Hollywood and the people that get to vote aren't, you know, they're people too. So I have a feeling a lot of them are also gonna have that mindset. So gotta go My Octopus Teacher, but you know, Time. Give that one a shot, guys. Give that one a shot. International feature. The nominees are Another Round, Better Days, Collective, The Man Who Sold His Skin, Que Vades, Aida. Sorry if that pronunciation was fucking terrible. Did my best on that one. Another Round. I think this one's another safe bet. There's just nothing really in contention with this one. Special shout out to Collective, double nominee. Good job, guys. Still, Another Round. Just got this one in the bag. Animated short. The nominees are Burrow, Genius Loci, If Anything Happens, I Love You, Opera, Yes People. Once again, sorry for the pronunciation. I don't know if it's Loci or Loci. I think it's Loci. I think it's a French film, which I did see, and it's a very interesting film. That being said, I think most people are talking about this. If Anything Happens, I Love You is the big tearjerker out of the group. Yeah, I haven't seen Opera or Yes People, but nobody's really talking about those two, and the other ones just don't have the same emotional punch that If Anything Happens, I Love You has. So I think this one's pretty safe on that one going home the winner. Animated feature. The nominees are Onward, Over the Moon, A Shaun the Sheep Movie, Farmageddon, Soul, Wolfwalkers. I don't know. This one's too tough. What do you think, Robot Chicken's Cabbage Patch Kids? Interesting pick. I'll concur. Adapted screenplay. The nominees are Borat's subsequent movie film, The Father, Nomadland, One Night in Miami, The White Tiger. This is one that is most likely going to go to Nomadland, and that is where my prediction is going to go as well, but I really don't think it should. I don't think Nomadland is very dialogue based. Its writing is fine, it gets the job done, but I don't think it's that strong. I would honestly, man, I don't know. I would probably go with The Father on this one, or One Night in Miami. I actually really like the script in One Night in Miami, just the way that they converse with each other. The Father as well, very, very powerful words in that one. I just don't think Nomadland quite holds up to those, but I think I'd be a fool for predicting something else. So I'm gonna go Nomadland, but this is one that I really hope there's a surprise win. Just because I really don't think this is one that Nomadland needs to take. Original screenplay. The nominees are Judas and the Black Messiah, Minari, Promising Young Woman, Sound of Metal, The Trial of the Chicago 7. This is another one that for the first half of the award ceremonies, it was going to Trial of the Chicago 7, and then in the latter half, it's been going to Promising Young Woman. Unlike the other award where I kind of decided to stick with Trial, I'm actually going to follow suit with this one and go Promising. I think Emerald Fennell did an amazing job with the script. It's a very powerful, very clever script, which I love scripts like that. So I gotta give the edge to her. That being said, I wouldn't completely count out Trial. For all we know, maybe it won't take the editing, maybe it'll take the writing instead. It's just one of those things we'll have to wait and see. Okay, moving on to some very exciting awards here for the year. Best Supporting Actress. The nominees are Maria Bakalova from Borat's subsequent movie film, Glenn Close from Hillbilly Elegy, Olivia Colman from The Father, Amanda Seyfried from Mank, and Yoon Yoo-jung from Minari. I've been saying this from the very beginning, and you can go back to my old videos and check it out. I was saying I would love Yoon to take it. And she seems poised to do so. And I think it is very well earned. I think she's fantastic in Minari. She's definitely one of the better favorite characters of mine personally. So yeah, I think this is very well deserved. That being said, I can't count out Maria completely. There is a chance that she could take it as well. And if she does, I won't be upset. I think she does really good in that film. I mean, for her to go and be right there with Sacha Baron Cohen, and in my opinion, actually surpass his performance, that's a freaking impressive thing to do. So, Maria, wish you all the best. If you come out the winner, congrats. If not, I honestly think you have the talent to win this award in the future, so don't give up, okay? And then there's also Glenn Close, who people are kind of saying, nah, she's gonna take the win, she's gonna go home with it, it's her time, she's been snubbed too many times, and I don't see that happening. If she does take it, okay, I don't think it's the best win, but I do think she's the only real good thing about that film, so there's that. But not as likely. Supporting actor. The nominees are Sacha Baron Cohen for The Trial of the Chicago 7, Daniel Kaluuya for Judas and the Black Messiah, Leslie Odom Jr. for One Night in Miami, Paul Raci for Sound of Metal, Lakeith Stanfield for Judas and the Black Messiah. This one's a no-brainer as well. It's gonna go to Daniel Kaluuya. And once again, I've been saying this from the beginning as well. I think Daniel deserves an Oscar. And I'm just so surprised that it's happening this soon, that from when I said that. So good job, Daniel. It's very well earned. You did an amazing job in the movie. Definitely the standout. I mean, good God, this guy has not had any competition since he's walked into the scene. So this one's pretty much a done deal. Actress. The nominees are Viola Davis for Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, Andra Day for The United States versus Billie Holiday, Vanessa Kirby for Pieces of a Woman, Frances McDormand for Nomadland, Carey Mulligan for Promising Young Woman. I don't want to keep repeating myself, but I said from the very beginning that I think the actors categories have been the most exciting, or shaping up to be the most exciting out of all the other categories. And sure enough, both of them are probably going to have the most people at the edge of their seats. I do not know who's going to take this one. I am going to be 100% honest. It's literally anybody's game, with maybe the exception of Vanessa Kirby, who really hasn't taken home anything. Although wouldn't it be awesome if everybody took home something somewhere else and then Vanessa ended up taking the Oscar? Just a win for everybody everywhere. Not likely, but that would be cool. I'd be okay with Vanessa taking it home. So there's that. Shoot, I don't know. I guess in terms of what the Oscars, who the Oscars usually give it to, Carey Mulligan fits that description, but I don't know. She hasn't won anything major, and has even been snubbed in a couple of areas. So I am very hesitant to pick her. Frances McDormand was my number one for a while. Again, I felt like they wanted her to have the 3 Oscars, you know, the 3 acting Oscars, excuse me, be on that exact same playing field as Meryl Streep, Daniel Day-Lewis. But I don't see her performance in the film being strong enough to take the win here. Plus, she just won recently. So that's also kind of making me hesitate. And Andra Day, I think, is still too new. So I'm hesitating there. So I'm going to eat my words. And I know I said I don't see her winning because she doesn't have a lot of screen presence in the film. But I have a feeling it's going to be Viola Davis. So yes, you can call me out on this one. I know I've kind of been pushing her towards the bottom of the list for the longest time, but you know, I'll eat my words. And I'm not saying it's a bad performance. I've never once said it was a bad performance. It's a great performance. Just the lack of screen time. And that could still be what ultimately hurts her. I have no idea. This is really exciting. This is what I love to see at the Oscars. Just the unknown. I can't wait to find out who's going to win here. Actor. The nominees are Riz Ahmed for Sound of Metal, Chadwick Boseman for Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, Anthony Hopkins for The Father, Gary Oldman for Mank, Stephen Yeun for Minari. No grand speech this time. It's Chadwick Boseman. He's gonna take it home. And I know you're already coming up and going, but Anthony Hopkins just won the BAFTA. Look, I'm gonna level with you. Anthony definitely gave the best performance of the year. He deserves the win. I'm gonna go that route. But do you really think the Oscars, the voters, are gonna want to accrue the wrath that people are gonna give them if they don't go for Chadwick? I don't know anybody in their right mind who would want that negativity towards them. So, yeah, not me. So, Chadwick. And you know what? He does a great job in it. I agree with everybody that is his best performance. So, if he is going to take it home, you know, posthumously, I think this is the perfect performance to give that award to. Director. The nominees are Thomas Vinterberg for Another Round, David Fincher for Mank, Lee Isaac Chung for Minari, Chloe Zhao for Nomadland, Emerald Fennell for Promising Young Woman, Chloe Zhao. It's just no way. I think this is the safest one of the night. I think if this one went to anybody else, it would be the biggest sucker punch that I would have ever faced while watching the Oscars. I'd be completely dazed. So yeah, I don't think Chloe's gonna lose this. There'd be some seriously fucked up bullshit going on behind the scenes if she did. So Chloe, well earned. I do think the directing's very strong in that film. So you know what? I'm glad you're taking this one home. It's very well earned. And of course, Best Picture. The nominees are The Father, Judas and the Black Messiah, Mank, Minari, Nomadland, Promising Young Woman, Sound of Metal, The Trial of the Chicago 7. And it comes down to this. Nomadland. It's gonna go to Nomadland. I hope there's an upset. If you guys have seen my reviews, you know that Nomadland's probably my least favorite out of all of them. Not just personally, but I think just as a critic, I just found so many things that I disliked about it. So I really would have liked the win to go somewhere else. Honestly, just about anyone else I'd be okay with. If I were voting, if I were to be the one casting my vote, I would honestly go Judas and the Black Messiah. I think that's an important movie. That's number one. To me, I think the important movie should be the one that most people gravitate towards in terms of voting. So it's important. That's number one. Second, it's very entertaining. And that's something also very important, because it can be important, but it can also be boring. But Judas is not boring. It's entertaining. You're engrossed in it. You're engaged. And the third thing is the performances are just stellar. There's not one bad performance in that film. So I think that's to me the triple whammy. And there are a couple of others that kind of fit that description as well. I think Promising Woman, again, very important. Great performances, you know, it's entertaining. That could also be your winner. Sound of Metal, another one, just hits the three, just a 1, 2, 3 punch. So I would love any one of those to win. But if I were to cast my vote, it'd be for Judas. Just me personally. So there's that for you guys. Doesn't matter. Nomadland. What do you guys think? Do you guys think there's going to be any surprises among these picks? Are you guys hoping Nomadland takes it? Are you guys hoping for another film to take it? What about the other categories? This is the time. Discuss. I will join in when possible. And guys, the award festival is tomorrow. I am super excited. You have no idea. I'm trying not to bounce off the walls because I think I look stupid when I do so. So I am very excited to find out who's finally gonna win. The day after, I'm gonna try to put up a reactions video, and I don't know if I'll be able to do a proper one just because of where I see the Oscars. There's people around me, there's a lot of talking going on, so it might not make for a very good video. I'm gonna try to film myself as they're reading the winners, and we'll see how it goes. If it ends up sucking, you'll just get kind of an afterthought video. But if it works, you'll see that go up. So guys, hopefully you'll join me then. We're at the end of the road. It's been a very exciting year, full of ups and downs. And yeah, I can't wait to see what's next. So until then, guys, please stay safe out there and have a good one.